Hello, Renee Flamont here. You guys, yet another topic that just aggravates the death out of Nene. It's manipulation when they do this. That's what bribing you, breadcrumbing you. We're going to get into all of it and the ways they do it and why they do it. And it just aggravates me because it insults our intelligence. Like I can't say that because I'm a bright girl and I feel, oh, isn't that nice? He did this for me. He said this to me. He promised me this. He's going to give me that, get me that. We're going to go this. We're going to go in this direction. We're going to go here. We're going to. Nothing ever materializes. So I say it insults our intelligence, but I'm a bright girl and you get into their web and they use bribery and breadcrumbing as a way to appease us, hold us off, stop us from arguing, stop us from questioning, prevent us from even noticing an infraction brewing. They walk in with a big thing, a nice gift, a prompt, right? And I briefly mentioned bribery and breadcrumbing on Friday's video last when discussing my how my narcissist probably told his new supply in love bombing about paying her taxes. I happen to mention that. I think I did. So she would stay with him. That's just my imagination. But I know how that particular narcissist works. I know that his breadcrumbing, and like yours would do the same thing, would tailor make the breadcrumb or the bribery. Again, we'll get into it. I'm getting ahead of myself, but he'll tailor make it to the person. So if you had a car loan, oh, I'll get that for you. If you had a student loan, oh, I'll get that for you. She had house taxes. I'm positive he would have used, I'll get that for you. But nobody ever sees anything. That's why it's you don't see any result or follow through from a narcissist. And I wanted to get more into these things because the narcissist uses both endlessly peppered throughout the relationship. And as I'm talking, I want you to think of things in your mind, and that's what they were doing when they were doing those things, if they sound like any of the things I'm about to go through. I'm also going to discuss why you shouldn't feel the need to give back to them. Yep, I said it. Do not. They were generous to you, right, monetarily, and you think, well, let me buy him a nice pen engraved, let me cufflinks, let me be extra I've done all that. I didn't with the last one. I learned by then. I didn't learn enough, but I didn't give a thing. Okay, let's get into it. False promises is another description of what they do, right? It's disgusting, certainly. It's just another gross tactic they use, and we've all seen it. The false promises is the breadcrumbing. The bribery is different. They're both disgusting. And there are differences with both of them, but the motivation behind bribery and breadcrumbing is quite similar. With either, they're trying to put off you leaving, shutting the door on the relationship. They're trying to, like I said earlier, prevent you from arguing, asking questions. With bribery, they're trying to remind you and make you see just how special you are. I got this for you. I did this for you. Look how special you are. Do you know how much I love you? Do you think I would do that for anybody? Do you think I would just go out and buy that for anybody or do that for anybody? That's how much I love you. You doubt my word when I do all this for you? Oh yeah, they're laying on thick. They're never going to do something on the sly, on the down low, God forbid anonymously. They want credit. They want you to say it, speak it, be thankful, be grateful, show your gratefulness big, right? Oh yeah, it's a big deal if they do something. Huge deal. With the breadcrumbing, look how mad I get. Oh, because it's so manipulative. with the breadcrumbing, they're trying to sell you a package that doesn't exist and never will. Made up. It's a fantasy. It's their own fantasy. They're making it up. They want to sell you. I'll pay off all your students. You're sitting there, this may have happened to you. You're sitting there worried about money, aloud, to your partner. You have student loans, car loans, house loans, whatever, taxes, right? Oh, you don't worry, I'm going to take care of you. You don't even know who you're with. Such and such is in the works. When that comes through, I got it. Meanwhile, you're paying it, all of it, and nothing materializes. That's breadcrumbing. They're being a blowhard. They're making you think it's coming. Oh, there's a windfall coming for you. I'm going to buy a house on the beach and put your name on it. Okay, you go ahead and do that. I'll leave my flip-flops there. I'll put your name on it. Okay. Mention trying to get this house to combine assets. Are you out of your mind, I said. Yeah, that's not happening. You're a grown man. You want to buy yourself a house at the beach? I'll leave my flip-flops there. I'm going to put your name on it. It'll be your... That's fine. You still ain't getting one dime from here. No way. And you want to be careful of that. You want to be careful of that. Don't combine your stuff. Because they're breadcrumbing you. We'll get something bigger, better, whatever. He used to say, well, my credit is bad. Your credit is good. We could do, this is an asset. We could do, are you out of your cotton picking mind? That's not a nice term, is it, these days? That's not nice. I just realized what that probably means. Because I'm watching Outlander, and it's 1700s, and there are slaves on there. That's probably not a nice phrase anymore. We shouldn't use cotton picking. But anyway, look up the tangent I go on. There are differences with them both. You have to be aware of them, okay? Bribery is the jewelry, the car, the flowers, the fancy dinner, something material usually, right? It's all suspiciously following an infraction they did or that you just learned about. Or maybe you didn't even learn yet. They're just being preventative so you don't find out, right? So they know something's going on. They probably are like, well, one day she might know. They're buttering you up to keep you feeling good, away from their phone, away from questioning them. I'm so sorry if you're getting gifts and you're like, wait a minute, does that mean he's cheating? I'm not saying that it means someone's cheating, but I don't trust a narcissist as far as I could pick them up and throw them. There is a goal when they are bestowing kindness on another person, especially in a relationship. They're dysfunctional. So think of anything you've ever been given. There's something, I don't care. Well, it was my birthday and he was just being nice. Okay. Yep. It might have just been your birthday and he might have just been being nice. But I look at that, I think of my narcissist, he knew inherently in his mind, in his being, in his bones, that he would eventually misbehave. So the buttering up, the bribery, throw it in with the love bombing. Get her all nice and settled, comfortable. So they appease you and throw you off your game. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works. They get you feeling nice and cuddly and snug with your new present. He's so generous. He's so generous. He's so generous. I could do a video on generosity alone because I've seen people with nothing give everything, and I've seen people with everything give nothing. I've also seen people with everything give everything. I mean, it's just... When you are getting bribery or breadcrumbing from a narcissist, I want you awake to what may be happening at that moment or what might be brewing that you're about to find out. He gets an irrational new supply who threatens to call you. His whole world could come crashing down. That's the oldest story in the book. We've all seen it in every movie. The affair, the mistress shows up at the house. Knock, knock, hi, did you know me? Happens all the time in true life, happens all the time. So he gets a new supply that start getting mouthy. What do you think he's going to do? He's going to start showering you to keep you off, so that when she comes knocking, he could say, he's gotten you all nice and cuddly, and he could say, she's out of her mind. You know I love you. What did I just give you yesterday? You think I would give that to anybody? You think I gave it to her? All right, I talked to her at work, and, then the excuses come. It works like that, and that's what they're using, okay? So you're walking around talking about, he loves me so much. We've all done it. I don't mean to say you. When I say you to the audience, I'm talking to all of us, right? Every single one of us. God, I have a good audience. You guys are awesome. But every one of us, right? We're walking around. He loves me so much. It doesn't have to do with the material thing, the amount of it. Like I said, I've known people that have nothing that give a lot. And okay, so it's not the material thing. But if it was something for that person to do that thing for you, then you walk around thinking, what? Pardon me. Wow, they've expressed themselves in this way. Maybe they even sacrificed something to get you something. Well, we know that's not why they bestowed it upon you, this gift. I just want you to know that. And maybe nothing is going on, but something will, or something has. It's meant to keep you nice and cuddly. The bribery, the breadcrumbing more punctuates, in my opinion, it punctuates their lack of success in life, right? There's an emptiness to the promise. It's built in. They don't have the means, the wherewithal, the smarts, the career, the path, the steadiness, the determination, the focus to yield anything of value in their life. And if they did, they're promising to share it with you, the next person, the last person, and the future people. That's a narcissist's dream, is for someone to, like we always say, revere them. They are your Prince Charming, right? Well, Pretty Woman is a movie from over 30 years ago. He comes in, material, that's not why. Some people don't like that movie. I love it so much. But any one of those stories where there's a saving, or they saved each other, but you know what I mean? Like, comes in and spoils rotten, and I'm going to take care of you, and I'm going to, okay? That's something that is an immediate, that's the bribery, is an immediate, you can see it happening. So you can get confused and think, but that's really generous. Breadcrumbing is the promise of all that. I'm going to be so good to you. You're going to be on a pedestal. You'll never have to work again. I'll pay off your house. You don't even know. I'll give you everything you ever wanted in the world. Just don't leave me. Just don't stop loving me. These are things I was told. I was told these things over and now. I never once, not even once, believed him. I would just let him rant. Oh, yeah? I wasn't like, oh, thank you. No. That much I knew. You could tell he was full of it. And the narcissist is when they're breadcrumbing you. Look how close I get. It just gets me mad because you never see anything materialize. They don't come through ever. They just talk. They dangle something in front of you as a prize if you're going to stick it out with them. Oh, as soon as this happens, I'll give you this. As soon as that comes, I'll get you that. Please. On Friday's video, or at some point last week, I mentioned the new supply, worried about her house taxes. And she had spent so much money on him, I had said, when I talked about it. And like I said, that's an easy one to call. I don't even have to be there to know. That's prime territory for him to breadcrumb that. Oh, don't worry. I'll get the money to pay you for that as soon as this and this happens. Meanwhile, she's paid her taxes and never sees a dime, and he's living in her house for free. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. And not here. I charged him $1,000 for each of the 4 months he stayed here. During COVID, the very beginning, like March, April, May, June. And we decided to COVID together, and oh, hell yeah, I did. So you're not living here for free. 62-year-old man with nothing in the world, no home. I was like, no, no, no. If you want to stay here, it's $1,000 a month. And he paid for everything. I didn't pay for a thing, not food, nothing. Because I knew enough that I wasn't going to be giving monetarily to a grown man. No way I was going to spoil him. Nope, never did. Now, who knows with this new supply, from the sound of it, she spoils him rotten. So that leads me to believe he pays nothing. Yet I'm sure breadcrumbing the money for the taxes and whatever. If you have someone who does either of these things or both, try to be aware and be more discerning with what you give them monetarily. Pull back if you're giving a lot in this way, like this poor girl said that I talked of last week. She's like, I gave him so much money. I felt so bad. She had given him so much money. She had paid him, bought him so many things, and now she has her house taxes, and I'm telling her that he's trying to contact me. Her whole world was like flipped. And the first thing I wanted to say is, well, stop buying him things. Because she said it. I gave him so much. I bought him so much. Because he's breadcrumbing her. I doubt he bought her a lot. He doesn't have anything. So I don't want you guys spoiling somebody who's breadcrumbing you. It's not fair. It's not fair. And certainly, it's like you're trying to match what they're promising you. So they're making out ahead monetarily. It counts. We're adults. It counts. I'm telling you, this cat did the spoiling, and I just did not. Stay aware, and I stayed aware, and I realized that he was no good. I still was trauma bonded, and it took me a minute to get out, but I knew enough. I'm keeping my dough. I'm keeping my dough. Let him spend and do and whatever he wants. Let them use their bribing and their breadcrumbs as tools, which is what they do. Let them do that, but save your money. Recognize the purpose of why they're doing what they're doing, and do not be tempted to give back. They have a purpose in mind when they're doing these things. They're after something. You, for now, a place to live. This cat had no place to live. Of course he's going to spoil me, trying to persuade me to let him stay here indefinitely. Come June, I threw him out. 4 months of COVID was my own kind of hell with this guy. And I knew that it was and whatever. And as soon, okay, so now you're gone. Buying him anything would not have changed him into a nicer person. So I did not. And I don't want you to either. I want you aware of both these tactics so that you recognize them when they are happening. Don't be swayed into thinking he's generous or so sweet because he says he's going to take care of me. Yeah, okay. They take care of themselves. And there is motivation behind every gift or promise they give. Remember, they're coming, these motivations, these promises, these gifts are coming from someone disordered. They have something they want, forgiveness, another chance, convincing all is well. That is what drives what they sell as generosity. So then it's obviously not genuine at all. Just keep this in mind, please, and protect yourselves, and notice it when it's happening. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.